Hi there, I'm Ella Sipka, and this is the Apatros Review. Now in this episode we take a look at a 1972 film called Piranha. No, not the Joe Dante film, that came out in 1978. This film is just like a public domain adventure film, sort of, and it's a 1972 production directed by William Gibson and written by Richard Finder. Now the film premiered in the USA on the 8th of November 1972. At the moment it's in public domain, and which is where it belongs. Now, I picked this up as a part of a 10 film pack public domain DVD instant collection set that had the nerve to advertise this as a Joe Dante classic Piranha, but ended up being this old public domain title that predates the film it's impersonating by several years. It also predates all of the Italian cannibal films that would become infamous a few years later with Deep River Savages. And by the way, the cast of this includes William Smith, Peter Brown, Anna Capri, Tom Sincox, John Villegas, Julie Teca, and Ernie Fracas. Now for the story. Photographer Terry Green, her alcoholic brother Art, and a paid guide Jim Pendrake head into the jungles of Venezuela to shoot some photos of the local diamond mines and to have a little adventure in the process. And by the way, hi there to all the Venezuelans watching. But they get more than they bargained for when they cross paths with Caribe, an expert hunter who has no qualms about killing anything that moves. And by the way, Caribe actually is the local word for piranha. I should point out that there's no piranhas in this film except for one stock shot in the opening credits, which you'll see a screenshot of in the thumbnail for this video. That's the only piranha you'll see in this film. Now, Caribe initially proves useful to the party by saving Terry from her own stupidity when she wades into a river barefoot, something you should never do in the jungle, believe me. But Terry, who has an extreme dislike of guns, she's one of those anti-Second Amendment people, pretty much like Alec Baldwin, and tried to force Jim to abandon his pistol. A dislike formed from her seeing her alcoholic mother shoot her father dead, gets along almost too well with Caribe. They become pretty chummy. Now the locals warn Art about Caribe's nasty reputation as a rapist and killer, but he doesn't understand the language and misses the warning. After Terry is sexually assaulted and Art is killed, Jim finds himself the only person able to stop Caribe. This 1972 effort has a desire to mold itself as a rather offbeat jungle adventure. Although the anti-gun stance of the female photographer is indeed extremely logical, since everyone who ventures into a jungle environment is gonna need a gun. I mean, if you go in the jungle, you need to take a firearm along to protect yourself from the jungle wildlife. Only one of those crazy hippie leftists would follow this character's reasoning. Although the film tries to explain it away with a story about her witnessing her mother shoot her father dead, something that doesn't entirely make the motivation work any better. Anyway, she takes her brother and a guide along to find some diamonds, only to run into a nasty hunter who initially proves his worth, but later decides to use the party as prey for his next hunt. Of course, being alone in the jungle tends to do that to you. The characters are given ample sketching, but suffer from a lack of proper motivation for their actions. Piranha is a film that seems to think it is far better to spend the time showing off the scenery rather than to concentrate on the story. It's basically like watching a really boring TV show, National Geographic. This decision ends up destroying the film's entertainment value. The film moves at a sluggish pace, only punctured by a halfway decent motorbike race that's completely gratuitous and superfluous. The idea of staging real-life animal killings is pretty much a bad decision. Doesn't matter where it's featured in. Although it is interesting to note that this film did this sort of thing long before the Italians used the tactic for their cannibal films. And this is not a cannibal film. I can understand shooting a dangerous rattlesnake to protect yourself. The cameraman did a stupid thing by placing a live and dangerous snake next to an actor without taking safety protocols, but blasting a bird out of a tree is just too much. The film finally gets around to ending the story, but this is rushed until the last 20 minutes, and when seen, lacks any conviction. Now this shitty film has earned itself a D- 1 out of 10 for being so freaking boring, although the scenery is passable. Avoid unless you're one of those love to be bored type of bad movie masochists. Not too many of those particular types out there. Now forgo nudity. Not really in both counts. There's no nudity, and the only gore, besides the real life animal slaughter, is Caribe's head drowning in the river, although it's comprised of a rather fake looking dummy head. This film is currently in the public domain, which is quite frankly where it belongs. Now, sorry about not uploading for the past few days because I've just received a new fresh DVD recorder. I've just been working out how to use it. It's just getting it working properly. Anyway, yeah, I will get upload more frequently in the coming days. Okay, now I don't do a request, but if you have any questions about films or DVDs in general, just hit me on the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Hope you guys are staying safe. Take it easy, and see ya.